Hello, this is Mrs. Force, a U.S. history teacher, and I'm going to read for you your Week 2 quiz in your U.S. history course. Make sure that as you're going through and answering the questions that check marks appear, that answers have been saved. You can also pause this video at any moment so that you can answer your questions and then press play to continue on. And if you have any questions, make sure that you ask your U.S. history teacher. Question number 1. What temporary land mass linking Siberia and Alaska is thought to have allowed hunter-gatherers to migrate from Asia to North America? Nomadia, Beringia, Siberian Connection, Sibascan Peninsula. Number 2. Why do we know so little about early Native American cultures? European diseases killed off many Native American cultures, and many tribes did not have written language, so historical evidence is limited. Little funding has been raised to financially support archaeological digs of ancient Native American sites. The nomadic tribes burned all documents and selected artifacts before they moved to new locations, so no information was available. Archaeologists did not recognize the benefits of learning about native cultures until most of the available information had been lost. Number 3. What effect did geography and climate of America have on the culture of Native American groups? It determined whether or not they could record a written history of their people. It caused all native tribes to be the same. It impacted material and intellectual cultural, what they used for shelter and clothes, as well as some of their religious beliefs. It was responsible for their disappearance long before European explorers arrived. Question 4. What primarily motivated European nations to finance voyages of exploration in the 15th and 16th centuries? A desire for riches, knowledge, and power? A desire to spread democracy? The need for additional land? The need to educate Native Americans? Question 5. Choose the 3 options that correctly describe the impacts of the Columbian Exchange on the New World, the Americas, and the Old World, or Europe. There was an exchange of food and crops and animals. It resulted in the discovery of new plants that were used to cure the plague in Europe. Native people were enslaved and died in large numbers when exposed to illness from Europe. Growing economy for the Old World because the New World was used as an abundant source of raw material and labor. A growing economy for the New World because Native American tribes took advantage of European explorers who did not know the resources and their value in the New World. Number 6. What happened to the English settlers of Roanoke Island? Nobody knows for sure. They died of starvation. They left Virginia and started a new settlement in the Caribbean. They were murdered by the Indians. Number 7. How did Captain John Smith restore order to the settlement of Jamestown? He provided the Native Americans with tobacco to help the economy. He established a decree that stated colonists who do not work will not eat. He decided which crops the colonists would grow and sell. He required the colonists to worship regularly. Number 8. Why was the Mayflower Compact important to the success of the Plymouth colony? It set up the process for organizing farming in the colony. It defined colonists' separation from King James I. It became the basis for trade agreements with Holland. It served as a basis for passing laws for the good of the colony. Question number 9. Thousands of English Puritans arrived in Massachusetts Bay during the Great Migration. Why were they coming to the colony? They came to get rich from gold found in the Massachusetts Bay colony. They came to find jobs in the factories in the north. They fled from religious persecution in England. They left because of a shortage of food in England. Number 10. What geographical feature led to New England economy to be based on fishing and sea trade? Fertile soil led to a surplus of resources. Abundance of forests supplied lumber for shipbuilding, and cold climate prevented growing many crops. Hot, dry climate made it difficult to grow food. Large plots of land encouraged growth of cash crops to sell as tobacco. When you're finished, make sure there is a check mark for each of the 10 questions and click Submit the quiz. Then go into your gradebook and make sure that a grade was recorded. If you have any questions, please reach out to your U.S. History teacher. Good luck!